I remember the day my wife emptied our accounts like it was yesterday, because it didn't just cost me $8.7 million. It cost me the illusion that love meant loyalty. When the bank manager told me my balance was zero, I thought it was a mistake. I was sitting in my office, staring at the marble floor, still half dazed from the call. Mr. Turner, the wire was authorized by your joint partner, Mrs. Turner and her counsel. Her counsel. That's what gutted me. The fact that the man she stole my life was the same one who used to shake my hand every Christmas, smiling over whiskey in my home. My wife, Claire, and her lawyer, Jason Reeves, had taken everything, liquidated my business accounts, transferred joint funds, and disappeared. They left behind nothing but an email. It's over, Mark. I deserve more than being your afterthought. Don't try to find me. No apology. No explanation. Just that. I should have seen it coming. Claire had always been ambitious. When we met, I was just starting my construction firm. Long days, muddy boots, empty pockets. She was finishing law school. I built houses. She built dreams. Or so I thought. For the first few years, we were unstoppable. Every success I had, she celebrated like it was hers. She handled our contracts, legal work, taxes, said it was our future. I trusted her completely. Then, slowly, she began to pull away. I blamed it on stress. But the signs were there. The late-night depositions, the coldness in bed, the way she stopped saying we and started saying I. The betrayal wasn't sudden. It was surgical, planned. She waited until I landed a major government project, one that would bring millions in revenue. She knew when the payments would clear, and the day they did, she vanished. The same day, Jason's law firm relocated overseas. I didn't eat for 3 days. I didn't sleep for 7. I just kept replaying it all. Her laughter, her promises, the way she'd say, "You'd be nothing without me." Maybe she was right, because without her, I felt like nothing. The police called it a civil matter. The FBI shrugged. It wasn't technically fraud, since she was co-owner. My lawyers told me I'd spend years in court with no guarantee of recovery. $8.7 million. Gone. I sold my house. Moved into a small apartment above a warehouse I once owned. Everything smelled like dust and old oil. Every morning, I stared at the peeling wallpaper and thought about the irony. How I'd spent my life building homes for others, only to end up without one myself. Then, one night, while going to my late grandfather's things, I found a small, yellowed envelope at the bottom of a storage box. On it, written in his neat handwriting, "For Mark, when you've lost everything." I laughed bitterly. The man had been gone for 20 years. But inside was a key and a note. Bank of New Crest. Box number 117. Started in 1960. Don't forget where you came from. The next morning, I drove to New Crest, a small town 2 hours away where I'd spent summers as a kid. The old bank still stood, though the sign had faded. The clerk checked the records, eyebrows raised. "This account's been dormant for decades. You sure you're listed?" I handed over my ID. 10 minutes later, he returned with a metal box, dust-covered and heavy. Inside were neatly wrapped documents, old certificates, and a faded photograph of my grandfather standing beside a construction site, with my name scribbled on the back. But beneath it all was a sealed envelope marked Turner and Sons Legacy Trust. I opened it and felt my heart stop. It was a trust account, registered in 1960, accruing interest every year. Adjusted for time, the total value was just over $12 million. My grandfather had started the business I thought I'd built from scratch. The original company I'd unknowingly revived was already tied to that trust, which meant I wasn't just an heir. I was the legal successor, and anyone who'd stolen from me had also stolen from the Turner Family Trust. I spent the next 6 months quietly rebuilding. I hired a private forensic accountant, traced every wire transfer Claire had made, every shell company Jason created. They bought properties abroad, registered under dummy corporations. But each of those companies had used Turner Construction assets in their filings, assets protected by the trust. That was their fatal mistake. When I met with my attorney, I slid the trust papers across the table. File a motion to recover misappropriated funds under the Turner Legacy Act of 1960. He looked up. Mark, this had buried them. That's the idea, I said. The case hit the headlines months later. Millionaire wife and attorney lover accused of corporate theft. The court froze all their assets. Their fancy villa in Spain? Gone. Their offshore accounts? Seized. Every penny she'd taken was reclaimed through restitution. But what hurt her more than losing the money was losing her reputation. She'd built her life on appearances, charity galas, magazine features, the image of success. Watching it all collapse was my quiet revenge. She called me once, 6 months after the verdict. Her voice trembled. Mark, I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd. Find you? I finished. You didn't think I'd recover? You stole my life, Claire. She started crying softly. I just wanted freedom. Then you got it, I said and hung up. It's been 2 years since then. I rebuilt the company under the original name, Turner & Sons, in honor of my grandfather. Every morning I still unlock the same office door, but the walls feel different now, like they know I earned my peace back. Sometimes I wonder if revenge healed me. It didn't. It just gave me closure. The real healing came when I realized I hadn't lost everything. I just lost the wrong people. When I think about my grandfather's note, don't forget where you came from, I finally understand what he meant. He wasn't talking about money. He was talking about dignity. Because in the end, it wasn't the $12 million that saved me. It was remembering who I was before her lies tried to rewrite my worth. Now, when I drive past the skyline I helped build, I feel nothing but calm. Claire and Jason lost everything chasing greed. I found everything buried in the past. It reminded me that legacy always outlasts betrayal. And sometimes the best revenge is already written in your family's name.